Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Go and tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rattler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell them the God's gonna cut you down. Tell them the God's gonna cut you down.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from MJ's Lofty Dreams apartment, this is the Moon Club podcast with AJ and MJ. The Moon Club will talk about anything under the moon. No subject will ever be taboo. This episode of the Moon Club podcast is brought to you by Realtor MJ Adelman, Bloomington Normal's premier realtor for RE/MAX Rising, and I want to be your realtor, and I'm going to out-hustle everybody all day, every day, and double up on Sunday to prove it.
What's the state of the moon, brother?
Well, this is, of course, where I say, in the loft of dreams until the studio gets fixed. Good evening, you lovely lunatics. State of the moon, 6:04 p.m. as usual, Tuesday, February 18th, 2020. It's waning crescent. It's only 20% illuminated. It's like a fingernail moon. It comes up at 3:26 a.m. and it's going to go down at 12:56 p.m. And it is 384,469,000 miles or kilometers away from us. It's 25 days old. It's going from Sagittarius to Capricorn time.
There's
That means.
a moon event that will be visible on the West Coast tonight. We'll get into that later. But we are joined by Sonny Paul Garcia. He was here a few weeks ago. Sonny, last time you were here, we talked about doing the polar plunge, which will be this Saturday. But you informed me when you walked in that no polar plunge for you this year.
Nah, man, I'm not gonna do it, man. I gotta working. And, you know, I don't want to, disrupt their stuff, because I really want to stay in there as long as possible. And I know that there's, assembly line going on, people jumping in and jumping out, so I don't want to disrupt anybody else's experience in this, this great cause. So, I'm just gonna go jump in the lake on my own one day.
Right. Okay.
That's how Wim Hof did it. I guess. Was it after his wife died or something?
Yeah.
Right.
And he said that ice was just calling him. When you get in there, you gotta start going like this.
Well, and I didn't know this either. I started reading the rules. They just kind of you get in and they move you along. They don't want you staying in there. My original goal,
Get that Mexican out of there. He's been in there for 5 minutes. Get him out.
I wasn't gonna try this for 5 minutes. I was gonna try to stay in for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Which I've been doing we talked about last time you were here. I do every morning in the shower, all the way on cold before I get out, count to 60, 1 minute. But I'm sure it's very different than being submerged. I think being submerged is gonna be a whole new experience. And my goal was 1 minute. Like I told my real estate team, I'm gonna try to stay in there 1 minute.
Are you doing it?
Like it was prom night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm signed up.
1 minute and out, huh?
Yeah.
It's like prom night.
Yeah.
When he taking them cold showers, I don't know if he does anymore, but he'll go, "Fuck my life," or "Fuck."
Fuck your mother was always
Fuck your mother.
But I don't say that anymore because you're usually sleeping and I don't want
Oh, I don't care.
All right, so here we are. Moon Club Podcast number 184, Sonny Paul Garcia. Sonny, did you have some stuff you wanted to talk about today?
I'm just here to talk about Wim Hof, man. Just trying to recruit some fucking disciples and, started jumping some lake here before it warms up.
Right.
Austin said he's down. I suggested you 2 minutes the first time. I'm going to go for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If I can get my friend from Peoria to come down, she's done 10 minutes.
No shit.
Is this Christy, the girl, what was?
Jessica.
Jessica, we were in the group.
Yeah.
All right.
And I told you that Steve Speaker's down for this too. My buddy Steve Speaker
Awesome.
that works
Yeah.
across the street.
Let's go ahead and do the weekly Jason Silva. It is where does creativity come from, and then we can get into the Wim Hof method and all that.
I love chasing epiphanies. I tell people that to make art is a desire to clothe inspiration, right? To capture the transient, fleeting moments in which the dots connect in a new way. It's this idea that when we are at our most creative, we aren't even really creating. We're channeling. We are transcribing. We are conduits for something larger than ourselves to erupt, to express itself through us. We become a medium. We become an instrument being played by some other sentience. You know, this sounds like the muses of the madness of the Greek creative people who talked about being touched by a hint of madness and something erupting through them but not from them, and though it is with them, it belongs not to them. Creativity as a holy act, creativity as divine grace, it at least allows us to be humble. It allows us to succumb, to surrender, to dive in, to lose ourselves. And there's something kind of beautiful about that. There's something kind of beautiful about getting out of our own way, right? Which people talk about when they talk about flow states and creativity. But oh my God, when that happens, that is transcendence. That is to be in ecstasy, to be beside ourselves as something comes through. And that's what we're chasing. That's what we're always chasing.
I think he's talking about tantric sex.
I think he's talking about creativity.
Oh, yeah,
I think he's talking about my fucking life.
Yeah. So this idea that creativity comes through us, but not from us.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's this idea of flow states.
You know, I was kind of thinking, you ever heard of the Akashic Record? Like accessing that, it's like something that's out there that we can dial into.
Like it's a collective unconscious, like a hive mind type thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like all the knowledge of everything.
Yeah. It's a little
What's
bit of,
that movie where the blue people, the tree of knowledge, where everybody is connected to the roots? Avatar, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like one collective consciousness is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. And you know, this world is one large living organism. If you look at it from outer space, I guess it gets hit like on average like 200 times every minute with electricity, and it's definitely a living, breathing organism. You know.
I mean, the idea that there's one large collective unconscious out there, I think that's at least as possible as that we were created by, this one all-knowing God. I mean, maybe that collective unconsciousness is the God. I mean, I don't know.
That's
I'm
an
just
option.
saying it's possible.
Alien ant farm's an option.
Yeah.
We're some pimply high school kids science experiment.
Yeah. We are maybe a simulation. We've talked about that many times on a Moon
You
Club
said the
podcast.
Big Bang was the flip of a switch.
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys ever experiment with manifesting stuff?
Yeah.
With what?
I do it all the
Manifesting
time.
reality?
I do it all
Okay,
the
so
time.
check this out. I went to go see David Lee Roth and Kiss Saturday in Peoria, which was pretty fucking badass. And I'm with my girlfriend Mindy and a few of her girlfriends and one of their brothers. So it was like there was 6 of us. And we're driving back and we're talking about, they started talking about the Parrot Head guy.
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett, right?
Yeah.
And then like 30 seconds later, I get a text from Austin that says, hey, I don't know, what did your text say? Something
It
about
says that Jimmy Buffett, in one of his songs, says that don't try to describe a Kiss concert if you haven't seen it. And he's like, holy fuck, I'm blown away. And I think you were talking about the concert, but were you talking about...
No, just a coincidence. Because that happened like 3 times that night. Just like random things like that. Like we were talking about Jimmy Buffett, and you were not even privy to that conversation, and then you text me something about Jimmy Buffett, right?
Right,
It just happened.
I'm dialed in.
I mean, I think we're all like right now transitioning to a whole different sense of reality. I mean, I think we're transitioning from the year of like Pisces of Jesus into the age of Aquarius, and the age of Aquarius is about knowledge and being overwhelmed with just like water, the flow of the energy of the universe, and we're all being connected, and people are starting to notice like the synchronicity that happens, like all these little signs. We're starting to pay attention to that. I did an interview. Well, I got online with George Norrie about 5 years ago, talking about the raising of the consciousness, and that I was at that time is when I was really trying to start that float tank business, because I thought that it was all connected. I mean, it's all really tied to like meditation, hallucinogenic drugs. It's tying into your chakras, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, I met a friend not too long ago, and she's like super cool, man, but she activates my crown chakra.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys know what that feels like.
Yeah, for your tingles, right?
Yeah, it's just like tingles. I mean, and I had it a couple of years ago where it was just another friend, and it was just one side of my head was the crown chakra. But when I started talking to this other friend, it's like totally enwrapped my mind.
Yeah.
And right now I feel like I'm like in tune with like something, and I'm just manifesting all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Let me go back to something that you said, because you were talking about going from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. So this is something called the precession of the equinox, and this is like how the Earth travels through basically the universe, through our solar system, whatever. But I believe the age of Aquarius started, was it 2012, 2015, something?
Yeah.
Like not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
But I think it is like a transitioning. Like maybe it is an awakening. Maybe it is even like, as Joe Rogan talks about a lot of times, like we are the sex organs of the machine world. Like we're here to give birth to something else. Like the caterpillar doesn't realize when it's transitioning into a butterfly. Like maybe that's happening to us. Like maybe we are transitioning into something else, or we're becoming something else. Like
we're
it's creative,
creating AI,
unconscious.
which is going to take over us, get rid
Yeah.
of us, and then carry on with the progression of technology.
Maybe.
So we're just the creators of technology, and
But at what
eventually it will
point-
destroy us.
Do we become obsolete then? Or do we? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, well, that's what this whole movement of conscious awareness and raising is about. I mean, because you guys heard of the indigo children?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the
I
indigo
haven't.
children are like these like generation of people.
I'm one.
I consider myself indigo children.
Yeah.
I mean, we're like really intuitive, really empathetic, and like we feel people's energies. I can literally feel somebody's energy. Like if I walk into a room, if it's negative, I feel it, and I feel like physically ill.
Yeah.
So I try to be around people that are operating at a higher frequency.
Mm-hmm.
But I forgot what the fuck my point was.
I think that's a
No,
good
but
point.
yeah, I mean, and it's going to be a battle. It's really a battle between technology and AI, and getting back to our roots and being connected with the earth and the natural energy and frequencies of our mother.
Right.
And that's what the battle is. I think it's happening right now. I mean, it's all over. I mean, it's in our political system. The planet is like screaming out. We're either going to be a fucking planet and species of machines, or we're going to be a planet and species that's connected to the earth, and
Right.
who we're supposed to be, getting connected to that base natural knowledge that the indigenous people of our planet have been preaching for millennia.
Right.
See, I don't see it as a battle between the machines and getting back to the earth. I just see it as a battle between, are we going to survive? Like there's very possible that we might fuck the earth up so bad that we can't live here anymore.
Right.
Right? Or we get hit by an asteroid, or we start, like we were talking about this earlier, we start going to the moon, colonizing the moon, making that a base station, a jump off point so we can go to Mars. Like, I think as a species, we need to start thinking about this. Like, what if there's this giant reset
Elon's
switch in
thinking about
the
it.
form of a meteor that hits the planet?
Oh,
and it just
let's talk
wipes us
about the
out.
reset switches. It could be a volcano. It could be a solar blast. What do they call that?
Coronavirus.
Yeah,
Coronavirus.
coronavirus. Which they found out recently that the coronavirus was created in a laboratory about 100 yards from where it was first released into a fish market. Yeah, true story.
So sorry, I'm laughing at fucking trainers' comments.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Corona light virus.
Corona light, yeah. Corona ice virus.
Is there a corona ice?
Is there an OG male?
I mean, what was on that topic? I mean, you're saying that it was man-made and released on purpose, right?
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, do you buy into that theory of like crack cocaine that the CIA unleashed in the
Yeah,
city
without
of
a
Los
doubt.
Angeles?
Another way to control black people.
One word
I would
to
like-
fund the private prison industry
Yeah.
to make money off
Yeah.
of it.
I would like to think that, you know,
Oh, that's a good segue.
that we aren't that sinister, you know, as a people, but
All you gotta look is Game of Thrones, man. We've been like this forever.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the transition of it, because it's between greed and love, man.
Right.
And I'm just here to talk about love and indigo children and fucking
Right.
make beautiful art and be
MJ,
creative.
He'll
Creative, manifesting our realities, man.
We had just played something earlier about LeBron James and how many kids he's helping at a school.
I've got that coming
Because
up next.
you were
Wanna do
talking
that now?
about, yeah, let's do that now, because you were talking about how we're building the prison systems. And I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that Michael Jordan and Oprah Winfrey have both invested in the prison system. And LeBron James, and I'm not sure if that's true, but LeBron James is actually building schools.
All right,
and
so-
paying for people's colleges.
You're right, and I did want to play this because I have said some stuff about LeBron James on the podcast when he does stuff that's negative. So when he does something positive, I feel it's my duty to go ahead and bring it up too. So
Yeah.
this is LeBron James, first class, Kent State University, and this is what LeBron James is doing, and I think it's very noble.
It's like Kent State University, though. This is his school. This is his school.
Yeah, but they're giving them all, well, you'll see. Okay, you'll see.
so proud to be here and so proud for you guys to get to know the team here because they know the opportunities we want to provide for you. You are Mr. LeBron James' first class, his first love. It all started because of you.
So I want you to reach under your seats, and when you reach under your seats, you're going to find an envelope. And when you find that envelope, I want you to open that envelope. And so as you open that envelope, what you're going to see is that we're announcing today that we will guarantee your tuition will be free at Kent State University and your first year of room and board free. We are doing this because we know of the transformative power of a higher education and a college degree. But most of all, we're doing this because you guys have demonstrated over the past several years that you have the grit, that you have the determination, that you have the dreams to succeed. So congratulations. Welcome to the Kent State family. Welcome, future Golden Flashes.
My daughter gets to live out her dream that she's had since she was 8 to go to Kent State.
Prayers answered and dreams are coming
so
true for our
LeBron James
students.
out there doing something good for the world.
You know, a lot of people are doing good. Like Jeff Bezos' wife's dedicated half of her $500 billion to giving it away.
And she might not be able to eat next week.
Right.
But no, I hate it when people make that like comparison, like when some rich person does something good and like, it doesn't matter for him. It doesn't matter. You know,
Right.
It's not even a drop in the bucket. But still, he's doing it.
Yeah.
Or she's doing it.
Bill Gates is doing it too.
Whatever. And I'll even go so far as to say Kim Kardashian. You know, she's freeing people that are wrongfully imprisoned,
incarcerated,
and bringing awareness to that cause. So
yeah, she's not known for her heart stuff. She's known for the what is that?
That ass that broke the internet.
Yes, the ass that broke the internet.
Yeah. I told you that other girl's gonna break the internet too, right?
Yeah, that girl we were watching the review on.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Did you save that tab?
You know I did.
Okay.
All right. So you were writing some stuff down there. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I think college should be free for everyone.
Yes.
And I think that billionaires shouldn't fucking exist, and that they should pay for college tuition and Medicare for all. Should just take fucking one fucking special super fucking celebrity to save us, man. A college tuition today is the equivalent of a high school diploma was 30 years ago, and that was free. And so should a college degree.
Have you seen the graph of the top 1% and how their wealth is like skyrocketing and then like how the average income of the average man is like going down like this? Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
I know my income's going down.
You know what? I was thinking of another word for what we're all talking about right here, and I think it's called a paradigm shift that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes there's peace only to be found on the other side of a war, and maybe that's what we're getting ready to fight.
Class war.
Because you know those people aren't gonna, that 1% aren't gonna give up their.
No, the people are gonna die on the streets. And you know, I'll probably be in prison this time next year.
So do you think the 1%ers are pulling the strings behind the scenes? Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
So is it like, what is it? Like secret societies like Bilderbergs or...
No, they're wide open. They're buying elections.
Yeah.
Elections?
They're exactly what they're doing. They write the policy that they feed to their paid off Congress members to pass, which says that I don't have to pay taxes.
So you're talking about...
that I can dump my oil in your backyard.
PACs, special interest groups...
All of the above, the 1%. They all do that. The oligarchy that runs the planet.
Okay.
That's what they
do.
And some of the corporate Democrats are the worst, like Hillary.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. Not a fan of Hillary, although, look what it gave us this time, right?
Give us Trump.
No, Hillary
it
didn't
gave
give
us
us
the worst.
Trump. Capitalism gave us Trump.
Capitalism gave us the worst of two evils, but I'm not ready to throw capitalism out yet. I have a feeling you are.
That's all I do every single day, man. That's all I'm
Just
working
trying
for.
to tear it out. Sonny's ready to storm the Bastille, aren't you?
So what do you want to see, Sonny?
Radical change.
I want to see Bernie Sanders as president. I want to see money out of politics. I want to see that rich people can't buy off politicians. And
let me stop you there, because here's the thing: is I have a feeling like is
much as we come to the table with different ideas, I think a lot of this stuff we can agree on. Get money out of politics? Yes, I can agree with that. What else were you saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think we should have publicly financed elections. It's paid for by everybody. We pay for taxes, but everybody gets the same amount of airtime. Everybody gets the same amount of voice.
Aren't we kind of leaning that direction though? Like you can.
Well, there's still so much gerrymandering and stuff.
Like
going on
we're
in
live on
districts
fucking Facebook right now. Like anybody can do that, right?
Yeah.
So anybody has a voice now. Whether or not they can get an audience, that's a different story.
Right.
But we are living in an age now where everybody can have a voice. It might not be an equal voice.
And that's exactly what Bernie Sanders is doing, because he's definitely been in the media blackout, mainstream media blackout. You don't see anything about Bernie, and what you do see about Bernie is negative. That's why he understands what the future is in the internet game. So he's mobilizing his voters on the internet, and a lot of the old school politicians, they don't understand that. Bloomberg does, because he's flooding the internet with ads.
What did you think about Hillary Clinton saying, like, it was so petty? She's like, oh, nobody likes Bernie. Like, she's like almost talking like inside politics. Like, we in the politics game, we don't like Bernie. I'm sure you heard that, right? That interview.
You know what? Yeah, she's talking about her rich friends. They don't like the oligarchs.
Honestly,
don't like Bernie. They don't.
As far as, I mean, I would say she actually gave him an endorsement by talking shit about him, because that makes everybody know, oh, you are a petty bitch. And I think that probably gave him a boost, right?
Hillary.
Well, a friend of mine shared a George Carlin quote where he was talking about the 1%. He's like, it's all a big club, and we ain't part of it.
Right.
And Hillary's part of that club, Bernie's not, and the people aren't. So that's exactly what she made. She made those distinctions clear, that we're not in the club, but she is.
If Bernie gets too close and he starts talking about bring down the Fed, he'll get assassinated, and then he'll become a martyr. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. Well, okay. First of all, Bernie got railroaded last time by the Democratic National Convention,
and he totally stood behind him too.
He didn't say anything about it.
No.
He just kind of like fell in. I don't know.
I think he saw. It's like, you know what? Trump's gonna get elected. I want to fucking at least back up my party here.
I wonder, and if this is getting too much inside politics, and I know people don't like when we talk about it, but I wonder, like Nancy Pelosi holding off the impeachment trials until right before the Iowa caucuses. Do you think that was part of like the derail Bernie train?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're so manipulative. It's the Democratic Party right now is so corrupt and just. Yeah, it's just
well, let's not just limit that to the Democratic Party.
I mean, it's two sides of the same coin, man. And I've been saying that since I first got turned on to Rage Against the Machine. I mean, they talk about that they talk about that in their music. I mean, there's no difference between a Republican or Democrats. Two sides of the same coin, serving their same corporate masters.
Right. You know, those guys were all Ivy League grads. I think except for one, maybe.
I knew Morella went to Harvard, but I didn't know about the other guys.
Yeah. Rage Against the Machine. They were big influence back in the early mid-90s.
No, in '96 when I was living in Florida, you were asking me, it's like, dude, have you heard this album? It's the only thing I'm playing right now. It's Rage Against the Machine. And so I started listening to it.
I seen him at Bone Student Center in 1993.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Because I remember like sitting in the big cafeteria room, and it was like it would come across the screen like Rage Against the Machine and
Cypress Hill. They opened for Cypress Hill.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was.
7 year. There was a bunch. 7 Year Bitch was performed there. There was a couple.
That was before Rage Against the Machine released their big album.
They had been released, but they had just released it like a few months ago. But right after that, they blew up, man.
Then there was the House of Pain project, which they were. I don't know. It's different, but they were big fans of the.
So did you guys get tickets to the show?
Which one?
For Rage Against the Machine?
Nope.
No. You know, I remember the biggest
if I
show.
could go back in time, though, I would.
The biggest show I remember, and this goes back to like circa like 1994, 95, is when Smashing Pumpkins was going to play there. And there was a line wrapped around the Bone Student Center and kids camping out just for tickets. Mm-hmm. I think just because of so they could all hang out. You know?
Well, I used to have cool shows back then, man. I don't know why they don't do that no more.
I saw Chris Rock at the Braden Auditorium.
I know, so did I.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Like Joe.
And then people would say like, "Oh, that was before Chris Rock blew up." I'm like, "Well, I knew who the fuck he was. I think everybody else knew who he was."
Bigger and blacker, right?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and that was a great stand-up.
Oh, that was great.
It was like his third one. He was prepping for his third one when he came to Braden.
It might have been before he started like getting into movies and stuff. But I mean, he was obviously as big. But I still
feel like he was a household name, but what do I know? That was a long time ago. All right, so let's watch this trailer, and this is I'm pumped for this summer because the last 2 summers, one of my favorite things about the summer has been this series called Stranger Things. Have you watched any of that?
Yeah, it's a great show.
Okay, so this is the trailer for Stranger Things Season 4, and it's called From Russia with Love. Okay, so if you remember how season 3 ended, basically there was a nuclear meltdown, and Hopper, that was Hopper, obviously. I think the point of that trailer was to show that he's still alive.
Oh, sure.
Because he was, Hopper. He was in the room when the nuclear meltdown happened, and everybody thought he died, but he kind of disappeared before the meltdown happened. So
He got sucked into the wormhole.
yeah,
Now
and
he's in Russia.
apparently he ended up in Russia, and so I don't know. I'm pumped. Like, there's very few things in life that get me excited, but that series, Stranger Things, like, it just delights me. Like, it came out last year on July 4th, and I think by July 6th I had gone through all 13 episodes.
And I think you watched the whole season, the last whole season, like 3 times?
No,
Twice?
just once.
I think you did it more than that.
It's a great show.
Oh, I might have watched each one twice, as they came out, but I didn't like watch it and then rewatch it. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I know about that, and I started watching it, but Millie Bobby Brown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I do that is the same reason, like, this season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, I'll watch them all twice, is because I'm drinking while I watch them and I forget a lot of shit. So I have to watch it again. I'm like, oh, I missed some stuff. Right?
Yeah.
I just started watching the Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm like episode 3 and shit. The dude's fucking crazy.
Oh,
man.
That's HBO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
you're talking about this season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Good,
it
right?
me or is it just I'm watching him and I'm seeing Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah. Well, he was created.
Yeah. But I never really noticed as much as I do this season in particular.
You're probably right.
Has Wanda Sykes been on yet?
No, I don't think she's gonna be on. Hopefully she shows up. But he decides to wear a MAGA hat so that he can get out of socially awkward situations. And I think one of the funniest lines is he's talking about getting out of wearing his MAGA hat, getting out of situations. And Leon, his buddy who lives with him, he's like, you ever notice you never see anybody wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat backwards? He's like, yeah, I guess because if you're gonna take an ass whooping, you want to see it coming, right? Leon's one of my favorites, though.
It's a black guy, right?
Yeah.
That whole cast is fucking awesome, man. Every single one of them.
Ted Danson. So you were only on episode 3? Because I think I watched episode 4 last night, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't even make it all the way through. I've just been so fucking busy, man. I've got my DVR is probably half full, just fucking shit that I need to get catch up on.
You need to watch, yeah, but I'm excited about this season. So far, I think last season,
Curb?
Yeah, it kind of missed a little bit. It's still good, right? It's still better than most stuff on TV, but
that MAGA head episode was that was classic, dude.
Yeah, he's got a great mind. I remember the one where he picked up a hooker so he could ride in a carpool lane.
Yeah. And then the street camera caught him she was reaching in the back seat and her ass was there, and he's his face was right by the ass.
Yeah.
He's like the asshole we all secretly wish we could be.
Yeah.
And then of course Wanda Sykes is always catching him being racist somehow.
So wait, in episode 3, is that the one where they went to the wedding in Kabul?
No, the last one I'm watching is where he had to do the speech in front of the victims, where his assistant was suing him.
Oh yeah, okay. I won't say anything else because I'll ruin it. So speaking of that, we were talking about Idiocracy earlier, right?
Yeah.
And Idiocracy is a movie that actually, in my opinion, kind of turned into a documentary. Like, the theme or the premise of Idiocracy is that all the dumb people kept breeding and all the smart people didn't. So, like, just the human race became so dumb.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what's happening right now.
What is that they're watering the plants with? Gatorade? Not Gatorade,
It's
but
Mountain Dew, right?
I don't know, something. It's got what plants crave.
I think it's Mountain Dew. But anyway, so this is President Camacho's State of the Union.
Have you ever felt like this? Like, am I the smartest person in the fucking world right now? Or at least in this room when people start just fucking spreading ignorance? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you fucking serious?
Wait, do you really think you're
I
smart?
think that all the time. I think it all the time, yeah. Just, and you know what? Just by listening to people. You know?
Okay. What did I say? What did I say?
No, not this room. I'm just talking about, like, being in a room where
the
people
room. Okay.
are talking.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of America! Camacho!
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of Trump a little bit. Okay, now it's not playing. Shut up.
What y'all monkey ass got? Ladies and gentlemen, the President of America!
It's just the last video.
President Camacho!
Got blacks.
Shut up! What y'all monkey ass got? Chill out. Shit.
What the?
I know she's bad right now, with all that starving bullshit. And the dust storms, and we running out of French fries and burrito coverings.
Terry Crews.
But I got a solution.
That's what you said last time, dipshit. I got a solution. You're a dick. South Carolina, what's up?
See speaker what?
Send away.
That's what I thought. Now, I understand everyone's shit's emotional right now, but listen up. I got a 3-point plan to fix everything.
Break it down.
Number one, we got this guy not sure. Number two, he's got a higher IQ than any man alive. And number three, he's gonna fix everything. I give you my word as president. He'll fix the problems with all the dead crap.
Honestly, that
He's
part
gonna
wasn't
make
as
them
funny as I remembered it. But
Oh, the one with what's this kid's name? Jason.
I don't know. He was from Waiting, right?
He was in Waiting. He was in Zack and Mary Make a Porno. He played the gay porn star.
Mira. Zack and Mira, right?
Yeah, plus he was the original Apple Kid. What's his name? Funny.
I don't know. That dude?
Yeah.
I don't know.
From the same movie.
I know who he is, but I don't know his name.
Kick ass.
He's pretty famous.
Well, don't want to sound like a dick or nothing, but it says on your chart that you're fucked up. You talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded. What I do is just like, you know, you know what I mean? Like,
all right. I don't know. Have you ever seen Idiocracy, Sonny?
Yeah, the movie's hilarious.
That's good, right?
I can't believe I can't think of
He
his
is the
name.
original Apple Kid, though, isn't he? He was the Apple where they had the guy with the suit, right? Who was all like uptight, and then he was the one that was like
Lunatics.
I use
Help us
a
out.
Mac, right?
What's that kid's name?
What's that kid's name?
Echo. What's the name of the original Apple Kid?
Sorry, I don't know that, but I do have a skill you might like. It's called Yodeling Walmart Kid. Want to try it?
Fuck yeah, I do.
What about the Man Show Boy? Ask about him.
I don't think she understood. Fuck yeah, I do.
All right, so,
did she say yodeling Walmart Kid?
Yeah.
Did you hear that our esteemed Commander-in-Chief has commuted the sentence of former Governor Rod Blagojevich?
Yes. I posted about that earlier.
I'm sure
How do you
did.
feel about that?
Like I said earlier, man, they're all in the club and we're not in it. They take care of each other.
All right.
Yeah, and that's a Democrat or a Republican taking care of a Democrat.
It's all one club.
It's a strategic move.
It's the fucking 1%. That's the club, and we're not in it.
Not yet.
All right.
Not yet.
Here's Trump talking about why he commuted.
Sentence of Rod Blagojevich. He served 8 years in jail. It's a long time, and I watched his wife on television. I don't know him very well. I met him a couple of times. He was
Shut the fuck up!
For a short while on The Apprentice years ago.
I don't know her very
Seemed like a very nice person. Don't know him, but he served 8 years in jail. There's a long time to go. Many people disagree with the sentence. He's a Democrat. He's not a Republican. It was a prosecution by the same people, Comey, Fitzpatrick, the same group, very far from his children. They're growing older. They're going to high school now. They rarely get to see their father.
It might have just had its feathers come to the side.
Yeah, they're around here. They're all over the place. It seems like there's a lot more of them.
Oh, Lake Clinton? Yeah, I went there fishing once and I just
Bald Eagles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful, man.
Yeah. Just amazing to watch.
I mean, but getting back to the movie, man, and idiots.
Idiocracy?
Idiocracy. I mean, I don't know, man. I've been around some people that are like, you know, janitors, and I've been around people that are fucking PhDs. I've been around fucking Dick Durbin, and I've been around Bernie Sanders, and you know, I don't think I'm the smartest motherfucker in the world. I mean, I'm not stupid.
Are you the smartest motherfucker in this room? No, that's him. That's that guy.
Fucking Austin, man. Of course, yeah. But I do try to fucking surround myself around people that are more intelligent than you are.
Yeah.
And I do that a lot on purpose. And what I've come to realize is that they're not any smarter than I am. I'm not smarter than them. They're just as stupid as me.
Right.
And I mean, but don't get me wrong. There is some guys that I know that are like fucking scientists. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but like intelligence, I think, is more of like, you know, social skills as well as being versed on different topics and subjects and being able to talk intelligently about them and being able to admit when you don't know something. Because I think most stupid people will be like, they're fucking 100% right. They know this, but. And I hate to say that term because we're all at different levels and everybody has the same capability of the same intelligence.
Yeah, I would go so far as to say, like, as good as the internet is, and it brings us a lot of good things, information, different points of views, but it also there's a real danger of falling into what I call echo chambers, and I didn't coin that term, but like you can, if you sign up for certain groups on the internet, you can only hear what you want to hear, right? So you can sign up for whatever, like certain groups, right wing, left wing, whatever. So you're just going to think, and I think this is what happened in the last election. Like everybody was convinced Hillary is going to win because everybody that they know was voting for Hillary because they were only looking at people that they agree with, people that agree with them, and everybody thought, oh, Hillary's going to win. What I like to do, and I think I would challenge everybody to do this, is like, you know, have more discourse, have more dialogue, have more conversation with people that you disagree with.
Right.
And you know what? You can disagree and still be friends. Like me and Sonny probably disagree on a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna fucking stab him. No, I'll give him a hug. I love this guy.
You know, a good example is that I watch like 12 hours of YouTube a day, and if I hop on a CNN.
That's
if I hop on a CNN newsfeed, it will keep going in that direction.
Right.
If I hop on a Fox News newsfeed, it'll keep going in that direction.
If you like this video, you might like this.
Right.
Right.
It'll keep you on Fox News. If you start on Fox News,
it'll keep you on CNN. It's the same thing that I've been saying for a long time. Is like, get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Right.
Get away from those two news broadcasts, and I listen to Philip DeFranco because he's honest. You know.
It's really like we are in an age where we can seriously, like, one news story, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. I can turn on Fox News and I know exactly what they're going to say about it. I can turn on MSNBC and I know exactly what they're going to say about it because they're already predetermined. Like, they already know what the narrative is going to be, right?
There's no such thing as fair journalism anymore.
Objective news doesn't really exist anymore. Maybe on some local levels or something, but if you're looking at these like 24-hour news cycles, they already know what view they're going to take on whatever story. Like if it's Donald Trump, if it's MSNBC, oh, it's bad. It doesn't matter. Whatever he did is bad. If it's Fox News, oh, it's the best thing ever. Right?
Right.
And it's like we're living. If you watch those two news channels, you may as well be living in a different universe.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch those? Do you guys watch mainstream media?
Hardly
Yes.
ever at all.
I don't watch it at all.
You know, on Fox News, there's this chick named Trish Reagan that's just absolutely stunning. I'll even turn the volume down and just watch
Honestly, the only reason I do turn on the two I spoke of, MSNBC or Fox News, just to see how different they're taking on both stories. And then I turn it off. I'm like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Because on YouTube you can have a choice to watch this minute 27-second video or a 3-minute video, and it's like, so I'll flip through just to get the vibe from both sides.
You know, it's just the best propaganda machine in the history of the planet. Everything is scripted. It's a fucking TV show, man.
Right.
They're manifesting the reality that they want to create. Corporate America is telling us what to believe.
Yeah.
And the majority of the people are buying it. I mean, because it's just fucking marketing. This is exactly what they're doing. The fucking Nazis perfected this technique.
Yeah.
And the fucking corporatists of America took it to the next fucking level. People are just eating it up. Buy more stuff, buy more stuff, buy more stuff, and that's all people care about.
I'll relate it to this.
We're destroying the planet too at the same time.
Yeah.
Remember when WWF had to become WWE because they had to admit that it wasn't real? And everybody's like, oh, that's the end of the WWF, right? That's the end of wrestling. No, it wasn't. Vince McMahon was like, okay, you're going to make us call it entertainment? We'll just go all entertainment. And it's bigger now than it ever was. He's got a fucking football franchise now.
I know. You just fucked me up because at first I thought you were talking about the World Wildlife Federation. And I was like, what? They
What's
changed
that?
their name because it wasn't real? It's like, what's not real about animals?
Well, you're right, though. That was why they changed it from WWE. It was the World Wildlife Federation, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, but at some point they had to admit that it wasn't real and it was all entertainment.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, well, that's the death of wrestling as being not real, right?
Right.
But no,
You know what?
It was like now it's bigger than ever.
Say what you will, but it's some of the greatest athletes in the world. You know what I mean? Very dangerous.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
no, I would never.
they'll go to like 30.
Besmirch what they do, but at the same time, once I started watching like UFC, I'm like, oh, these guys are really doing what they're pretending to do.
Yeah.
I have no interest in that.
Have you seen
at
The
same,
Wrestler?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Make
That's-
it work.
Make it work.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
amazing.
excellent movie. That's an Aronofsky movie.
Marissa Tomei is still hot.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, she was like what, 48 in that, and
She was Spider-Man's mom.
I mean, well, look at us. We're hot.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember what
We're
Marissa?
pushing 50.
You know Marissa Tomei won an Academy
I'll
Award
work 50 in a couple weeks.
for.
See, exactly.
Hey, check this out, and this is good. Marissa Tomei, she's got an Academy Award for Best Actress for what?
My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That
She's
they
great
give
in
it to
that,
her?
man. Yeah, she's great.
Oh
in that.
yeah, you blend.
Wait, was that lead actress or that was supporting actress?
She's got to be supporting actress.
I think it was
Echo.
supporting.
Yeah.
Echo. What does Marissa Tomei have an Academy Award for? I hope I said that already.
Marissa Tomei has won 1 Oscar out of the 3 nominations she has received. Her latest Oscar nomination was in 2009 for Best Supporting Actress.
For what?
What,
It had to
what
be
she-
The Wrestler. It had to be The Wrestler. That was
Yeah.
about right. 2009.
2009?
It wasn't My Cousin Vinny. That was much earlier.
Yeah, that would have been like 1996.
Something like that.
Echo. What year did My Cousin Vinny come out?
The film My Cousin Vinny was released about 28 years ago on March 13, 1992.
28 years.
Okay, 92.
I would have
Say
said
it like
45.
that. Jesus Christ.
Shit, man, we're old, Sonny.
Yes, I guess we're ugly too.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some old school shit. You and Tony Wright used to hang out all the time.
Yeah.
What's Tony Wright up to nowadays?
I haven't seen him in like 10 years, man. So
Really?
I'm sure he's up to nothing but good.
That's
Yeah.
cray cray. Remember it was Tunny and Sony?
Last that I knew about Tony Wright is that he was dating, or I think married to a girl that worked at Ride the 9, right?
I think so.
I think
Like a
that's the last
waitress or
time I
something.
saw him was there.
Hey, we got his number. We should call him up.
Yeah, let's call him up live right now.
Do we have his number?
Yeah.
Do you have it?
Yeah. You want to call him?
Yeah, let's try
I
it.
put the phone right up here.
All right.
We need to put Tony on blast. Who's gonna do the radio?
I've been
voice?
trying
No,
to. I've been trying to get Craig Murray to get to Skype. And he doesn't want to do it.
Really?
Well, he just says.
All right, just put it up there.
Do
Speaker.
you know why?
Put it up on speaker.
Yeah.
All right.
Because he masturbates. You can turn up one. Tone.
Is this Tony Wright? Hey, Tony Wright, this is MJ Adelman, AJ Adelman, and Sonny Garcia, and you are live on the Moon Club podcast right now. Is that acceptable for you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
We forgot, dude. We're high, man. We're high, man.
Oh wait, have you talked to him before about this?
Yeah, we reached out a couple weeks ago, and I gave Austin his number, but I don't know what happened after
No,
that.
I didn't. Right.
Hey,
I know.
next week, you want to come on?
What?
You want to come on the podcast next week?
Yes, I do.
Okay. 6 o'clock a week from now, a week from Tuesday.
Well, you're gonna have to remind me.
Okay.
We got your number, man. We'll send you a text.
Yeah, we're all gonna be bugging you. We'll all be texting you.
We are assholes, aren't we?
Right.
Yeah.
Here's the problem is that we talk about this shit and then we get drunk and forget. And then Austin invites like 4 people on the podcast and then like I invite 2 people on and we're like, oh shit, who are we actually going to have on?
Well, usually only one shows up.
Right.
Well, it's funny that you even hit me up because I was almost ready to hit up Sonny. You're like, yesterday, like, yo, like you called me, you told me all this podcast, and then I don't answer you for like 3 weeks.
Hey, man, I delivered like always. You're on it, dude.
Like, what's what?
This is classic, job, man. I'm glad we did this.
When you guys do the podcast, I'd love to be on it.
All right, I'll remind you like probably like Sunday or Monday.
Fuckers forever.
Yeah.
Let's hang out.
All right, I'm out.
All right, have a good night, man.
Later, dude.
Peace.
That went well.
That was
Dude,
classic, man.
I hope everybody can hear that.
Dude, he hasn't changed a bit.
He sounds the same, right?
He does exactly the same. Yeah, dude. It's like that wasn't like the new version of Tony that I couldn't relate to. You guys are dicks. Yeah. Fuck you guys.
Hasn't changed a bit, man. It's hilarious.
I remember the first day in Dr. Fry's class. It's like Tony was he was talking to that hot redhead chick that lived over here right down the street.
Oh, she's my friend, Susan.
Yeah, Susan. Yeah, and like Dr.
Hey, Susan.
Dr. Fry's like, hey, Tony, turn around. It's like, and he's like, just a minute.
Dr. Terry Fry?
He was on a Tony was
Terry
on
Fry?
a mission.
No.
Yeah. Old guy, white hair.
Yeah.
Horned rim glasses.
Yeah. And he'd always hang out at the Bombay Bicycle Club and hit on young chicks that were karaoke.
I know.
And you know what?
about
It's like
that
every
part.
Friday he would write FRYGAY on the chalkboard.
Oh, that kind of guy. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was clever. I wonder if he's still around. He was a cool guy.
He's got to be dead
He
by
was
now,
cool.
right?
He had this policy though. If you
He
like,
was old back in the 80s, right?
I didn't have him, but I remember him.
If you shot a basket and you made it to the trash can, you would not get a detention. But if you missed, you would.
I remember that.
Doug, the history teacher, Doug, what's his name? Doug, basement floor. Doug Brown, Doug.
Are you
Fuck.
talking about, oh shit.
I had
History
Mr.
teacher.
Jordan for teacher.
Mr. Jordan.
And
Doug Jordan. Doug Jordan. Of course it was Doug Jordan.
Okay. That dude.
You know, I don't want to say, I don't want to say it live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think he got railroaded, honestly. I'm not going to say anything else. But I think Mr. Jordan's a good guy.
Yeah, I
Doug
like
was
him.
super cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got along with him.
Yeah.
He loved
we
the
should
rap
get
ballet.
we should get Mr. Jordan on the podcast.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
He's always
Yeah.
down to Killarney's.
Yeah.
Well, he used to be.
Yeah, I know it used to
down
be, yeah.
I don't go
Like,
down.
we talk about that, I'm like, well, that's been like 15 years ago, too.
Right, yeah.
It's like, well, it seems like it was.
I'm sure he's
yesterday.
still
I'm
there.
thinking 2006. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yesterday.
Remember Rhinos? No, when it was like where Mulligan's is now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
people are like, no, Mulligan's was across the street. Oh, that's been like 15 years ago now too.
Yep.
Sonny, I remember my dad telling me one day it's like 30 to 40 goes by quick, but 40 to 50 don't blink. Is it feeling like that?
I can't believe I'm going to be 50 on March 7th.
March
I got to
7th.
get a tattoo before that.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you got to get a tattoo before you're 50 because you can't start at 50.
Both of my daughters already have tattoos.
I know. Oh, what does Cassie got?
She's got a picture of me on her back.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, she does. I see.
It's an eagle, but it's got a nose like me. It's got the Roman puzzle.
It's got the white sideburns, kind of
Right.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah. The white sideburn eagle.
I haven't touched these up in a while.
I think the biggest eagle's a golden eagle. You ever get on YouTube and you start you get into a certain subject and you just you start watching videos on that like octopuses,
Like
a
flat Earth.
or owls or eagles.
Go down the
you know what?
wormhole.
Yeah, octopi are fucking fascinating, right?
Alien, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they're for sure alien. It's like because they can like camouflage themselves. They can fit through a hole like this big. They're in the top 10 most intelligent animals. They got beaks for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there was a study going on at Harvard where they had these octopi in a tank.
Yeah.
And
good story.
They kept fish were going missing out of other tanks and they couldn't figure it out, so they put a camera up, and the octopus were like removing the lid from their tank, getting out and walking over to the other tank and jacking these fish, and then like walking back and getting back in their tank. And nobody knew, like they never knew what was going on. Like,
Do you think they're smarter than us, aren't they?
No, maybe whales might be. I think octopus are just clever like birds.
I think dolphins probably
dude,
are.
For
right?
some reason, when you were talking that, when you were saying that, when they were jacking the fish, slapping the hose.
Did I tell you my crow story?
No.
Fucking crows are fucking scary, dude.
Yeah, they're very smart.
Especially the ones at ISU. Because I work out there, right? So I was out there checking on my crew, and I was walking by the Bone Student Center, and I saw this squirrel and this fucking crow. And the crow was just like, quack, quack, quack. And then all of a sudden another crow came, and they had him fucking cornered.
The squirrel, huh?
The squirrel, because the squirrel had a nut.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to get the nut from the squirrel, and they just kept going back and forth. And the squirrel would run up the roof, because they were just cruising on the gutter. And then like a couple minutes later, I was just sitting there watching them. And a couple minutes later, they was like, call more crows, and about 10 more crows came. And the fucking squirrel just left the nut and fucking jetted it. And just like,
right,
God.
squirrel left the nut. And then all of a sudden the crows turn around and they're like, what the fuck you looking at, Sonny? And then like 100 more crows came up and like...
Exactly, that's what it felt like, because then all of a sudden, it was like, because there's like thousands of them in the trees, man.
And were you like, hey, leave that fucking squirrel alone! Mom! Hey, what the fuck? What did squirrel do to you? Mom! Oh, fuck!
That was definitely Michael Rappaport, right?
Fucking put him out of his misery. Have you seen that? Do you know who Michael Rappaport is?
I love that dude, man.
Okay, MJ, play the video of the snake killing the bird. And it's not Michael Rappaport doing his impersonation of Danny Aiello. But fuck, dude, I swear to God, it sounds like it. Doesn't it, him?
Yeah. Snake kill bird Boston. That's got to be it, right?
Yeah. So picture Michael Rappaport impersonating Danny Aiello. I don't know if this has any audio on it. Blew it. One job.
I'll try again.
That's it, yeah.
Oh, what the fuck, man? Is that a fucking crow? Ma! Ma, there's a fucking snake on the fucking electrical post! What the fuck is it doing? Is that a fucking crow? Ah, you fuck. You motherfucker. Leave the fucking bird alone! Ah, fuck it.
Oh,
take him out of his fucking misery. Alright, put him down.
This sounds like Bill Burr.
Put him down.
Yeah,
How the fuck is that thing gonna get off the pole? Ma!
Ah! What's Mom gonna do? You know?
Get out of here, Mom!
That's hilarious.
That was worthwhile.
If y'all want to watch some really inspirational shit, you should watch my YouTube channel, and it's my interview with George Norrie talking about
Oh, yeah.
my vision.
All right, well, let's push that shit. What?
Yes.
How do I get to that?
I'll probably just look it up and just send it to you. That way it's easier.
So, I heard you talking about being on with George Norrie about, what, you said 4 years ago?
What's your
About
YouTube
5 or
channel?
6 years.
What's
It's
it
Sonny Garcia 71.
Dude, you know what? My mom was on Rush Limbaugh show, like, I think like 4 or 5 times, and she had them all recorded. I wish I could find those.
It's got a thumbnail of a hand.
A thumbnail of a hand?
Yeah, there was a guy that was reading poems, so that's where when I called in to talk about my vision.
Dude, I've had visions over water wars where people are like fucking trying to kill one another over a gallon of fresh water.
Uh-huh.
And now that's forever consecrated into Moon Club Podcast
All right,
184.
I just messaged it to you.
Okay.
On Facebook.
Look at the curb appeal on that house, Em. Is that one to normal?
You mentioned it to me?
Yeah, I messaged it to your page, to your messenger, I think.
I heard it.
Oh, they just can't turn. You can't turn.
See, Sonny, what happened was it had to go all the way up into outer space and then come back down here.
Oh.
Did you know? Do you know about Starlink and what Elon's doing with that?
I think it's like
the shoebox size satellites that he's putting up like 10,000 of them. Just
Okay, let's go to Sonny in Bloomington, Illinois. Sonny, welcome to the show.
Hey,
go
how
ahead.
you doing?
Good, Sonny.
How you doing? Great show. Yeah, what I got to say, I don't know if you can do a reading, without seeing my palm or anything, but everything that you're saying is kind of falling right in line with the direction my life is going in right now. I don't know if you ever heard of float centers, but it's sensory deprivation tanks. They're filled with 10 inches of water, 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt, and it's completely lightless and soundless. And you're in there and you float for 90 minutes, and you kind of get in touch with your own reality of who you are. It helps you figure out what direction you want to follow in your life. It gets you in touch more with your spiritual side. It helps you reach the theta point that Buddhist monks practice for years and years to try to achieve, but we can do that in a matter of minutes in these float tanks. I think that this is a start of exactly what you're saying, some kind of new spiritual enlightenment, some kind of revolution that's happening all around the country. It's really kind of starting in the Northwest, just like you said. I'm in Illinois, central Illinois, and I'm going to open one of these float centers here in my town. I'm trying to raise funds for it right now, but it's going to happen. The whole impetus of this idea that I got from floating, which I started doing in April 2013, is to help fund social justice groups to start a populist movement to hold our government accountable. And I guess with what you're saying, I mean, I feel like this is a sign that I'm being told this is the direction you're supposed to go into, Sonny. And I guess what kind of reading you can do, I don't know if you can do something over the phone or whatever, but I just want to know if this is going to be successful. I mean, I truly believe in my heart of hearts that we're going to win. And we're going to bring this country back to where it should be. And you're right. Maybe these next few years will be individualism, entrepreneurs trying to change our economy, take our economy back to a local level. And a lot of people will be left out, hence the Southwest, California, the whole South. But after that period is through, then we will bring everybody up. And it will be like a ship rising, all of us rising together.
What do you think of that, Vernon?
George, what this gentleman is saying is right on target. I agree with everything he has said.
Wow. Sonny Paul Garcia's 15 Minutes of Fame, everybody.
Yes.
On the George Norrie program. Okay, so we're at 7:01 right now. Should we wrap this shit up?
I think we're good. I mean, I don't have anything else on the list.
Austin?
I think we're perfect. We're golden.
Right.
I think that was a good podcast.
All right, so check this out, everybody. Sonny Paul Garcia will not be jumping in Miller Park Lake this Saturday, but I will be. And if you want to donate to the cause, it's for Special Olympics. It's a good cause.
Yeah, it's the best one Central Illinois has.
Special Olympics?
Yeah.
Whoa, I don't know. I don't want to rate it like that. There's a lot of good causes.
I think St. Jude is good too. But you know what?
St. Jude is definitely
Special Olympics is from Bloomington Normal. It's something special to us, and I think we should all take care of it. Yeah.
Yes. So, if you want to donate, there's a link on my Facebook. I only needed to raise $100. I think I'm definitely over that. I don't know what I'm at, but
Rich, what are you going to do with all that money?
It's a good cause, I know many people who benefit from that cause, and I've been out there donating my time the last couple of years because my friend Maggie has a kid that's in there. So
last year, I remember you bought a hooker with your anal plunge money that you earned.
Come on now.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I was thinking about a totally different charity.
What I said was that I was going to stay in there at least a minute, like prom night. That's about as tawdry as I want to get with that analogy.
Okay.
But anyway, Sonny Paul Garcia, thanks for coming on. Always a pleasure. Always welcome on the Moon Club podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Austin,
Sonny.
do you have anything you want to go out on?
No, I think I blew it
All
just
right.
now.
Moon Club podcast number 184. We out.
Peace out.
Oop.
Dude, you ever heard the last podcast on the left?